The ring road in the northwest region of Cameroon is not just a road. It is a political statement, a symbol of neglect, and for many, a painful reminder of how development in Cameroon is shaped by politics rather than national interest. Stretching across the undulating landscape of the northwest region, the ring road links major towns such as Bamenda, Ndop, Fumbu, Ndu, Nkambe, Misaje, Wum, and back to Bamenda. The ring road has for decades represented both hope and frustration for thousands in the region. For years, politicians in Yaoundé spoke for the ring road, talked about the ring road, and made promises about the ring road, especially during election campaigns and often by the President of the Republic, Mr. Paul Biya. Yet, large sections of the road remain abandoned, neglected, and forgotten, especially the Donga Mantung stretch passing through Ndu, Nkambe, Misaje, and down to Wum. Many people in the region believed and still believe that this was not simply some kind of administrative delay or lack of funding. To them, it reflected the political marginalization of the Anglophone region under the system, which is totally corrupt and morally bankrupt. In Cameroon's political culture, development has often followed political calculations rather than equal national planning. The Northwest region has long been known for political activism, intellectual debate, and opposition politics. Bia's successive governments have often viewed infrastructure projects in this region through a political lens. As a result, the Ring Road became more than an infrastructural project. It became a metaphor for the strained relationship between the Anglophone regions and the Yaoundé regime. While other divisions in the region benefited from paved roads, Donga Mantung in particular continued to struggle with dusty and muddy roads, and at times completely impassable. Donga Mantung Division in particular was often viewed as politically quiet and docile to the ruling establishment because the population was seen as less confrontational and less threatening. The ignoble regime in Yaoundé took advantage and did nothing to invest in the area because they felt no pressure. The irony is that Donga Mantung Division is one of the most economically and strategically important areas in the northwest region. The division is rich in agriculture, cattle rearing, trade, and untapped natural resources dotted here and there. Yet, the division remained isolated for decades, not because development was impossible, but because there was no political will and the people were toothless. But Donga Mantung is in the national spotlight. Once seen as remote and forgotten, the division is gradually becoming one of the most talked about areas in the northwest region because of the road project ongoing. The Donga Mantung stretch, which for years symbolized abandonment, is now being viewed as a possible gateway for economic revival and regional transformation, with improved trade within the divisions and with Nigeria. But the question remains, why did it take so many decades for serious work to begin on this road? Why were communities forced to suffer for generations before receiving an infrastructure that should have been a basic national priority? And why was the people deemed politically inactive, docile, and unmenacing to the Yaoundé regime? For many in this area, the Ring Road is not just a road, it is a story. It is a story about power exclusion. It is a story about resilience, the struggle for recognition, and Dongan Mantung stands at the center of this story, no longer hidden in the shadows, but firmly in the spotlight. And to politicians rushing to claim credit for the ring road, remember this: the people of Donga Mantung paid for this road. They paid with more than taxes. They paid with patients who never reached hospitals, accident victims who could not have who could have been saved, students who missed appointments and opportunities, and families cut off from the rest of the country. For decades, the people fulfilled their obligation and paid their taxes while waiting for a basic service they deserved. Do not demand applause, dancing, or praises. A road is not a gift from a politician. It is a right earned by citizens and funded by their sacrifices. That was my take. Please follow and subscribe. And remember to stay woke.